I was born in Saskatoon and grew up here. I left the city for a little bit and just moved to a small town, but for a few years when my kids were small and going to school. Moved back to Saskatoon and after Tracy and I got married and have lived here ever since. I went to school here. I work here. I have a small business that I manage in the city, and that's basically our life, other than kids. And now we have a grandson, and so that's kind of our life.
Yeah.
Keeps us busy, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and what he didn't tell you was he married an immigrant. I am not from Canada. I'm from the country right below. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, so I am an American. And so I have been in Saskatchewan. I've been in Saskatoon now for over a decade. We've been married for over a decade, and we did originally live in a small town outside of Saskatchewan, outside of Saskatoon, but we've been in Saskatoon now for about 10 years. Well, no, it's actually only been about 6 years. Well, as I said, I'm not originally from here, so it was important for me to, when I moved to Saskatchewan, to get involved with the community, to get involved with volunteer work. And I originally Googled it. I just looked it up and said, how can I get involved with the community? And when I read what Saskatoon Open Door Society was about and what you were doing and what the organization does, I was so impressed and so drawn to the vision and to the purpose of what the organization does. So I emailed, I called, and I, interviewed and did whatever I could to try to get involved. And then, so I was involved for a while before then my husband also got involved.
It's true. She brought me along. I've always felt that it was important to be involved in the community, to give back in any way that we can, essentially. I have been aware of Open Door Society prior to Tracy volunteering here, just by being in the city and part of my work. There, funnily enough, there was some crossover there with some of the employment services and stuff like that for some employees that we have had over the years. Volunteering with an organization that has a very large focus on immigrants is kind of an area that is important to me and to us, obviously, with Tracy not being originally from Canada. Even though it is the United States, it's a little bit closer ties culturally than a lot of the other countries, and maybe there's some benefits and some ease of transition that way, but it's still an immigration process, and you have to jump through all the hoops, and you have to put everything in order, and it's the PR card, and it's all this and that. So we are familiar with a lot of the things that the new immigrants kind of have to face as they transition to a new country.
Well, and I mean, just as Cory said, as a business owner, he has employed folks through Open Door Society. So when I said, oh wow, this is a great organization I want to be involved in, he's like, oh, I actually have worked with them, but on the other side of it, like having helped employ people and so forth. And so it was really a great fit for us to get involved with the mentoring program, which is what we have done as a couple. As an individual, I've been involved with Discover Canada, I've been involved with conversation circles, and various other things. So, coming from a country that has a similar language, some similar cultures, some similar, climate, because I'm from New England, not from the South, I still found it challenging to get acclimated. And I came to this country with a built-in family, built-in kids, a great family, husband, some built-in friends even, some great people. And there were still some challenges. And one of the first people to befriend me was actually another immigrant. It was someone who was not from here, someone from the UK. So again, it's kind of a similar culture and a background, but still, it wasn't necessarily hardcore, Canadians that first embraced me. It was other people like myself. And so how can I not give back? How can I not be a part of a community that reaches out to people who are coming from, other places? And again, I thought about the challenges I've faced, and I've had it easy. When I think about the challenges that other people face coming here, they come here with hope, they come here with so much background. It can be so many situations that can be challenging, can be heart-wrenching. We need to stand together and beside each other, because everybody coming here, I'm telling you, they make this a better place. Mm-hmm. And I'm so honored to be able to work with people from all over the world. It is not just a way of giving back, we're also taking too. We're also getting so much out of it.
As Tracy said, primarily it's been in the mentoring program. We volunteer that together, and it's very interesting to me, because you're faced with a family that is fairly new to Canada, could be very, very brand new, and all of the challenges that brings in terms of culture and language and climate, in a lot of cases, food, education, health, the list is almost endless. I found it quite, satisfying and uplifting personally, just to offer anything I can do to help them and to ease that transition, or to help them prosper and succeed after they come here. Tracy's certainly more involved with a lot of the other different programs that Open Door offers, and she alluded to those a little earlier as well. Myself, I've been, I guess my schedule isn't quite as flexible as hers with regard to all of that, and I've done volunteered for some of the different events that Open Door offers for the new families and volunteers for Open Door as well throughout the time that we volunteered, and it's always fun, because you get to meet more and new people that you haven't necessarily met before, and you in a group setting, riding the bus over to the Western Development Museum or to the park or whatever that the activity happens to be.
Right. Yeah, I've done, and as I mentioned, I've done some, Discover Canada. I've actually taught Canadian history, which is incredibly ironic, but I've had to learn it myself, and so learning it alongside the students has been really rewarding. And you don't always get that opportunity. If you never leave a place from where you're from, you take for granted, I think, a lot of the history and the culture that you're with, right? But when you go to a new place, especially as an adult, it's so hard to make friends, it's hard to get acclimated. And so when you do that with other people who are also going through the same thing, you really create that bond, and you really become even more invested in the place that you're now in, right? And you get a feel for it. Saskatoon is a great city. I mean, it's fantastic. And yet, I'm sure there are a lot of people who have come here who may never have even heard of it. It's not, it's not Toronto or New York City or Los Angeles or something like that. It's a really great city. It's a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to live. And it's got all these parks and everything. And these are things that you learn when you go through some of these programs. You learn about, what are my rights as a PR? What are my rights as someone who's come to this country and now I'm renting a place? What are my rights when I get a job? And Open Door Society provides people with the information that they need. They may not provide legal advice or healthcare advice or all of that, but they will provide contacts to people who can help with that. people who are fellow volunteers for sure, and other staff at Open Door Society, etc. But our strongest relationships have been with the people that we have been working with. People that have walked alongside of us and we've walked alongside of them. People we've mentored, people we've taught, people we've shared food with. The people that the family that we've mentored. We've had some amazing conversations, and we're really close. We're in a WhatsApp group now, and so we will stay in touch, and we will be friends long beyond any kind of open door connection that we have, right? So, and we're looking forward to mentoring yet another family soon, and then as well. We've gone to some of the other things that we've done. We've gone through to some Indigenous learning circles. We've learned a lot about the Indigenous community. That's something that I never did previously. And so, in addition to learning that, we've learned a lot of these things, and we've experienced education and training with the people that we're mentoring. And so, again, when you learn something together with other people, you create a bond and a relationship that goes well beyond any kind of.
For me, yeah, it's like Tracy said, the family that we have mentored, our official mentoring time has passed, and yet we're still. I don't think there's a lot changed in the relationship that we have with them in terms of the communication back and forth.
Well, and we're about to have a party because we're going to celebrate.
I was just going to mention that we're going to celebrate them because they've got their PR, and so we're having a PR party for them, and it's just another excuse to get together and have some yummy food. But I'm looking forward to that, and just a couple of weeks ago they were sending us pictures. They had been doing some traveling, and so they load up our WhatsApp group with pictures. And I know we do the same thing whenever we travel or we have some fun events and stuff like that with our family. We'll share that with them as well. So
so meaningful, deep relationships and connections.
Yeah.
So the Indigenous Circle, there were a couple of elder women who.
Oh wow.
I mean, wow, that experience was amazing. Unfortunately, their stories were hard and they were difficult, but they were history. They're part of what makes this place what it is. I love the transparency and the candor and the realness of what people in Saskatchewan and Saskatoon talk about. I love that we mention that we're on treaty land. I love that we talk about the past, even though it's not always positive, because we don't want history to repeat itself. We want to learn, we want to grow, and we know we're in all this together. So the Indigenous Circle that we went to and that we experienced the elders talking about their stories, and then we go to this circle, and I thought we were going to sit and learn about them, and after they shared their story, they passed the items, and then they wanted us to share our story, and everybody had such a story. We had a few local folks like Cory sharing his story, which was impactful, and I shared my story coming from my country, but hearing everybody's story from various parts of the world, and the similarities, we have so much more we're so much more similar than we are different, and we have so much more in common than we don't. And once we share and talk and experience each other, there's really nothing we can't do together.
If you don't feel you are up for the task, I can tell you you don't need any really special skills. You just need to be willing. That's the biggest thing. My experience with it has been, it's as long as you're open to being a friend and making a new friend or having a friend. The mentoring program in particular, that's basically all it is. You just be friends and have fun. I've got to experience learning a lot about a culture I wasn't very familiar with necessarily. And one thing I've discovered in that is there's definitely similarities in most cultures, and some things that are very common to all cultures. And one of the biggest ones is food. They may be different foods and different things, but I like to try new things, and a lot of the time, just with our schedule and our mentees' schedule, they were kind of in around meal times usually, and so often there was some food involved, and we've got to try some really very delicious homemade food that you're not going to get in most Canadian homes, nor in a lot of local restaurants and stuff like that. So it's been nice that way.
I agree. I would say, just like Nike says, just do it.
Just do it.
If you're thinking about volunteering and maybe you're hesitant, maybe you're not a people person, maybe you are shy and maybe mentoring isn't for you. There's so many other things you can do. And there's administrative things, and there's other ways you can volunteer and help. So I would say just do it. And just like Cory said, if you're just willing, someone once told me, just be present. I one time went on a volunteer to another country, and I was with nurses and doctors and really smart people, and I was just like, I just didn't feel worthy. I felt like, what can I do? I'm a business person. I work in high tech as a PR person, so I'm not an engineer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a teacher. And the person who's running that particular nonprofit said, just be present. And so I would say that, I guess it's been a lesson for me, and I'm still learning it. I'm still trying to be present. I think that's something we can all do with each other, just be present. And in terms of volunteering, I would say that Open Door Society is so good about, training and giving us tools and wonderful people to email us and talk to us and help us. So it's a great organization, and I think that we're all better off because of it.